In questo video parleremo di Igor Tudor alla Juventus. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this Arab knows Italian? This Brit can speak Italian? Yes, I can. Anyways, that's what the video is about. Tudor, Juventus. Is it working? Is it not? Is it time to panic? Are people already panicking? And are they overreacting? I'm about to share with you guys my 5 manager checklist. Okay, my 5 manager checklist. This is something that I don't really share with many people, but I promise you, te lo prometto, okay? Te lo prometto, I promise you. Take this 5 checklist and apply it to any team you support, any team you follow, any manager you're keeping an eye on. Apply this 5 manager checklist. If the manager is closer to 5, then he's doing a very good job. If the manager is closer to 0, then he's doing a very bad job, and you should definitely monitor the situation. Now, what are the 5 things that I'm talking about? Number 1, style of play. Number 2, man management. Number 3, results. Number 4, the manager's ability to pick the correct starting 11. And number 5, how well they utilize the best players at the club. Te lo prometto. Te lo prometto. Take this 5 manager checklist wherever you go. Maybe next year you want to go and, I don't know, become the modern day Pablo Escobar in Colombia. Maybe you want to go there. Apply that 5 manager checklist. Apply it to your organization. You need to apply it. I don't know what I'm promoting over here. I'm sorry. My point is, apply this 5 checklist. Let's go through it one by one. And at the end of the video, I want every single one of you guys to give me a score out of 5. Give me a score out of 5. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4.5, 5 out of 5. Let's start off with style of play. Okay, let's just touch on it real briefly. What is the style of play? It's very high energy. It's very high press. It pushes the whole team into the opposition half. He wants them to close down the space, to condense the space, and just to apply serious pressure to the opposition. Is that the case from what I've seen so far in the Serie A? Yes, in moments. But I've mentioned many times before, Juve are pressing with minimal intensity. If you are pressing with minimal intensity, you're not really pressing. Like, high press, it's literally in the name, high press. You have to press at high intensity. You have to force the opposition into mistakes because of how relentless you are with applying pressure. Juve's press is very half-hearted. Some run at the opposition with intensity, some don't. Do I really see a structure to the press? No. Is it the most cohesive of presses? No. Do Juventus target things like pressing triggers? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. They do not do any of those things. It genuinely feels like, on your marks, get set, go, start running. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, the icing on the cake for me was yesterday, I saw McKennie sprint from the halfway line about 30 yards to apply pressure to Pavlovic. When I saw that, and I saw Jonathan David was already 20 yards ahead of McKennie, I was like, this is how you know this press has no structure. Why is the centre mid leading the press? And the funny thing is, McKennie went on a 1-man press. David didn't follow him. Kenan didn't follow him. When McKennie went, Locatelli didn't push higher up. I don't think it's the most structured. Even if we were to look at the numbers, like Juventus in the Serie A, I'm a firm believer in focus on the eye test, but when you look at the numbers, Juventus are in the bottom 10 for pressure applied in games. So it's safe to say Juventus are not really a pressing team. They're not. Because when you look at the teams at the top of the list, they are the pressing teams. The Inters, Juve are ranked 11. Now, Tudor's philosophy is the high press. And in that high press, he hopes to reap the rewards of them winning the ball higher up and turning it into goal-scoring opportunities. Juve are what? Ranked 10th, 11th for big chances created in the Serie A. Like, there's a reason why David can't score. Vlahovic can't score. Openda can't score. The system doesn't generate enough productivity for the strikers to score. Let's not sit down and do this whole, oh, but David slipped and Vlahovic missed his first touch. Brother, Juve are not losing games. Juve are not dropping points because of a David slip. The system doesn't generate enough for its strikers. So, for me, style of play, I have to put a massive cross on that one. In my opinion, I don't really see the identity. I see it in moments, but I don't see it on a consistent of basis. Let alone to a high level to say Tudor has implemented a style of play at this team. Secondly, man management, keep it short and sweet. I feel like I definitely give him that one. The players like him. You could see it. Like, it's not like the final days of Motta where you could see the players turned on him and the players didn't want to play for him and there was like a disconnection. No, if anything, I think there is a connection within the camp. I think there is unity. There is fight. He's buying into them and they're buying into him. It's just on the pitch, that doesn't seem to be the case. But I watch his press conferences. I watch how highly he speaks of the players, how the players speak highly of him. When it comes to man management, I think Tudor is doing a great job. So at the moment, 1 yes, 1 no. He's 1 out of 2. For me, results, it all depends on how you look at it. They started off the season by winning. Now they've gone 5 games on the trot, draw after draw after draw after draw after draw. For me, I can't give him results. I can't. Like, I understand in some people's eyes, the sample size might be a bit small, like 6 games in the Serie A and about 2 games in the Champions League. I'm just looking at the level of the opposition and I'm looking at Juve and I'm telling myself, this is a game you should have won. This is a game you should have won. Even if you didn't win it, you should have put on a performance that people could turn around and say, that's a performance on another day that would have got you 3 points. I can't say that. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. There's some games, yes, but then there's some games that I've looked at and thought, that performance got you a draw, but on another day, that performance gets you a 3-0 hammering, gets you a 2-1 defeat. I can't put results in his favour. Like, I have to look at this season, and for me, 2 out of 6 points in the Champions League. They're not in the top 4 for the Serie A. Like, they're coming up against teams that Juventus seriously should be putting to the sword. They should be beaten. Even if it's not a matter of beating them comfortably, you've got enough firepower in the tank to be stopping these opposition and outscoring them at the bare minimum. Juve are drawing. And for me, I always say this. In a draw, you learn 2 things about your team. 1, your team couldn't outscore the opposition because they couldn't break down their defense to score more goals than them. And 2, your defense couldn't contain the opposition. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you win a game, it practically means 1, your defense stopped the opposition, but 2, your attack got the beating of the opposition defense. But when you're drawing 5 games in a row, it tells me your defense can't contain the opposition and your attack can't really get the beating of the opposition defense. So for results, I don't give it to Tudor. So at the moment, it's 1 out of 3. Starting 11, if any of you guys have reached this video, I really should have discussed this earlier because I have so much to say about it. A starting 11 tells you a lot before a match even starts, 1 hour before the game. 1 hour before the game, the starting 11 comes out. A manager's starting 11 should tell you about his intent going into the game. Focus on the word intent, a manager's intentions. Prime example, Kalulu versus João Mario. When you go into games, you set up your team in 2 ways. To go out and win or to go out and not lose. Okay? You see the difference? Some managers will pick a starting 11 where it's based on, I want my team to go out there and win the game. Some managers pick an 11 where it's safe. They pick their 11 on, I don't want to lose. If I win, I'm over the moon. But if I draw, I'm happy. As long as I don't lose. I'll be honest with you guys. Managers that pick teams based on not wanting to lose are mid-table managers, are bottom half managers. That's just my opinion. Any manager, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Liga 1, Turkish Super League, Premier League, top managers at top clubs have to always set up their team to go out and win. Whether you've got injuries, suspensions, you're home or you're away, that's the requirement of you at a big club. João Mario versus Kalulu is the prime example of intent, but where Tudor goes out not to lose. If you want to go out there to win, you put your attacking-minded players. And before people say, Haj, that's just really one position. When you play a wing-back system, your wing-backs are practically your wingers. Like, there's such a heavy focus on wing-backs in a back 5 system. When you put Kalulu, and don't get me wrong, I don't think João Mario is amazing, this world beater, but I promise you guys, João Mario offensively is far better than somebody like Kalulu. If you go out there to win and you go out there to attack the opposition, you automatically play João Mario. But if you go out there to try and stay in the game, if you go out there with the intentions of trying not to lose, you play Kalulu. The fact that Kalulu has started the majority of games, it tells me a lot about Tudor and the way, like, his mindset going into every single game. I don't think he picks the correct starting 11s. The whole perseverance with Cop Miners, the whole perseverance with the 3-4-3, I can't give him starting 11 because there's not been many times this season where I've looked at the Juve starting 11 and told myself, this is the correct way to set up. This is the correct formation. This is complementary to your players on the pitch. I can't give him starting 11. So at the moment, 1 out of 4. And number 5, this is where I'm a little bit split. Best players. How well do you utilize them? And how well do you generate something out of them? Like a form of productivity, goals, assists, just impact on a pitch, even if it's outside goal contributions. I look at Juventus, and in my opinion, their best players for me, Kenan. I feel like it's very unfair of me to say Tudor isn't getting the best out of Kenan, because this is Kenan's best level of performances under any coach at Juve. It's dried up as of late. Like, best player is the one where I'm very 50-50 on. He's dried up as of late, but we could seriously turn around and say he's tired. But I also like to look at it and say 50% tired, 50% the in-game tactics where Juve can't progress the ball through the centre. Another best player, in my opinion, is somebody like Manuel Locatelli. I think he's amazing, but I think he's amazing because he's a great individual footballer. I don't think Locatelli is really helped in the centre of the park. Locatelli doesn't have legs. Locatelli doesn't have legs. If he doesn't have legs, you need to partner him with runners, with players of some form of physicality. You need to protect your best player. You need to protect your dictator, your architect. I don't see Tudor doing that. I always see Locatelli alone in midfield by himself fighting demons, or I see Locatelli dropping in as a centre-back where now he's just progressing play, but he can't really do what he does best in midfield in the second phase. Bremer, I feel like Bremer's been amazing, but once again, because Bremer is an amazing individual, he's an amazing footballer, I look at the amount of work that Bremer is having to do. With this one, I feel like it's a bit unfair. I just feel like the backline is not good. The backline is not good. So Bremer automatically is going to have to play 20, 30, 50 levels higher than he should. That comes down to recruitment. But at the same time, maybe, just maybe, if you put a 3-man midfield in front of Bremer, it would give him more defensive security. And maybe that would mean he doesn't have to work as hard. How well does he utilize the best players? I'm very 50-50 on that one, because I don't want to say Kenan as of late is not performing and I want to blame Tudor. I want to try and be as fair as possible in this video. I think with this one, I give him 0.5. I think some are performing, some aren't. And the reason why some aren't is because of the system. Very similar to Kenan. I don't think Kenan has been performing as of late because Juve can't progress the ball through the centre. So it means he's not getting as many touches in dangerous areas. Hence, he drifts out wide. Let's be real. You don't want Kenan playing as a winger, hugging the touchline next to Kelly and Cambiasso. No, you want him as close to goal. But Juve can't play through the centre. Hence, he goes out wide to get the ball. Very similar to Locatelli. Locatelli can't receive the ball in the centre because of the lack of ball progressing centre halves. So he has to drop in as a centre back just to get onto the ball. Do you see what I mean? Like, it is a big structure issue. There's a big positioning issue. With this one, I'm going to go 0.5. I'm going to go 0.5. So for me, Tudor, I score him 1.5 out of 5 at the moment. And I said to you guys at the video, if your manager is closer to 5, it's a very, very, very good thing. If your manager is closer to 0, it's a very bad thing. And that's why in my last Juve review, I said Tudor has a lot of work to do after the international break. A lot of work to do. The stubbornness in the 3-4-3, which isn't working. The in-game principles might need tweaking. As a coach, you need to reinvent yourself. And Tudor at the moment, this high-energy 3-4-3, it's not working at Juve and it's not reaping the rewards. Your job now is to reinvent yourself and reinvent the team in your favour in a positive way. Only the best of coaches know how to reinvent themselves. If you don't know how to reinvent yourself and you just stick by one way of playing, that's you practically putting pen to paper on your P45. I'm guessing P45 applies to everywhere in the world. P45 is basically when you get fired, when you get relieved of your job, okay? That's what it is. I'll be real. I'm really looking at him after the international break and saying, you need to reinvent yourself. If you can't, you might seriously be in a lot of trouble as the season goes on. I would love to hear you guys' breakdown from 0 to 5. Do you give him 1? Do you give him 2? Do you give him 3? Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's a little bit of a different one, just a deeper breakdown of things. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another one.